What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Sam here, and I'd like to welcome you guys to the MunchPak unboxing for the month of May 2016. We have ourselves a brand new style box for the month. Actually, I can show you the bottom. The bottom, as you can see, it's just like so many people enjoying the snacks from a MunchPak. So once again, I'm solo against schedules. Couldn't line up very well for Tara and I, but that's all good. As long as we get it done, I think I'm excited. I always look forward to this. I am very hungry at the moment. All I had was a coffee. To be honest, that's the extent of my diet from day to day is just a coffee and then dinner. That's usually how it works for me, which is probably why I'm so thin. But anyway, let's just get into this. I'm excited to see what we have in store for this month. Alright, so first things first is we got to see who made us the MunchPak. Hola, adventurous eater. This MunchPak was made with lots of love by Aubrey. Enjoy. Thanks, Aubrey. Boom. The new note. I like how much, how they're getting way more, out there. They're getting their name out there a little bit more so they can get improvements. It's nice to see when companies get improvements. So, alright. So the first thing on the agenda, we have ourselves two rather large packets of air. Because as you guys know, chips today are very much half air, or less than. The chips start probably about where my middle finger is there. And then all this is air, so like this is all air, but anyway, that's how they roll. So what is this exactly? It looks, I'm gonna say Japanese, but I don't want to be ignorant or anything like that, but, oh, it's Korean. Okay, I'm sorry, it's Korean. See, that's what I mean. I was gonna say it looks Japanese, but it doesn't. The characters look a little bit different than what I'm used to. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what these are. Oh, sorry, I'll give you a better look. But they look like some sort of corn chip, if you will. So let's open them and see. They look like Cheetos without anything on them. Let's just smell. Whoa, what the? They smell like vanilla yogurt. Oh, I think that's what they are. See that? They got like a little yogurt symbol. They actually smell really good. Hold on, let's. Okay, and if you take a look, they look like a Cheeto, but they don't have a powdery texture. They actually, I could rub it like that and nothing's coming off, so. Damn, dude. I'm gonna have a couple more of these bastards. Wow, Korea, good job. Honestly, think of it like corn pops that have vanilla yogurt on them. Very similar. That's good. I like that. And I feel like, in terms of snacks, Koreans, Japanese, all that kind of stuff, they always know what's up. They know how to make something, like, even their snacks aren't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. Like, in North America, particularly the United States, a lot of the snacks are very fatty and it's just how things are. But their diets are very different. And for across, if Oriental people, according to them, like if you go to China, for example, overweight is like 150 pounds, and I'm pretty sure that's what I weigh, 155. But I'm also 6 feet tall, so you got to look at it that way too. But they have their diet is very different than in North America, so that's why their snacks seem to be a little bit better for you, if you will, than what you could find in North America. So anyway, that's the thing I like about Oriental snacks, and not to mention they're really unique and they taste good. Now this is a big now when I said this is half air, no way, man. This actually starts there where my index finger is. That is actually a pretty full bag. Like, I haven't seen a full bag like this since I looked in the mirror this morning. Oh! No, like a bag, like I remember chips used to come up to this height in the 90s when I was a kid, but they've changed it. They've gone cheap. So this says Chat Pats Dilly Style Corn Chuda fried corn mix. So it's corn mix, 0 trans fat. Doesn't mean it's good for you, dude. For half a cup. Almost 200 calories. So you don't want to eat a half cup of this. That's, holy crap. Anyway, this is Indian food. So I'm interested. Let's take a look. Let's open this puppy up. Very nice and easy. Yeah, and well, that's how much you get. All things considered, that's not bad. Let's just have a couple nibbles. They look like cornflakes. Well, they're made of corn, obviously. Fried corn mix. Actually, they got a nice taste. It's like a subtle taste. It's not all up in your biz. It's got a bit of a tingle, teeny tiny tingle, very lightly in the back of the throat. I like that. I like that. It's not a traditional snack, but it's very good nonetheless. I like that. But I don't know if it's 180 calories worth for half a cup, though. That's the thing. You got to look at, is the calorie intake, the fat intake, and all that, or whatever the case is, worth the taste? That's how I usually justify a snack, you know? Okay, so this is definitely a MunchPak on the smaller side. We'll be done in a shorter time. So let's go to the next item right on top. Now these are verbenas zelki. I think they're just some sort of a fruit chew. Elderberry gelatin jelly candies with vitamin C. So this looks like it's Slovenian. So this is Slovenian. All right, let's take a little taste. Because I love gummy candies. Those are my favorites, the gummies. Usually worth it all. So yeah, they're all the same color. They look like little leaves. Plus they have vitamin C in them. So you're covered. You know, I gotta say, have you ever had an herb? You know what I mean? Like an herb in a tea. You know the smell of herbs in tea? That's what they taste like. You know? They're not very sugary. I mean, they taste fine, but again, it's one of those flavors that, I don't know. If I'm eating a gummy candy, I want it to taste good. But hell, at least I'm getting my vitamin C. No scurvy for DanQ8000. So that's kind of a meh. It doesn't taste bad, but it's very herbish. You know, it tastes like you're eating herbs. And I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but I'm not a tea drinker. And I would be an occasional tea drinker back in the day. What happened was, back in the day, when I was still living at home, you know, I can't remember how old I was probably like 17 or something. I was super sick, like I was insanely sick, and my mom asked me, she's like, "Do you want me to make you some tea?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, definitely. I'd love some tea. That'll probably help." And she makes me tea, and she's an avid tea drinker as well. And she's got like these build your own tea things. Like, she's not the kind of person who would open a packet and like just dump it in and then heat it up. That's not what she would do. She would legit make her own tea using various herbs and things like that. So she had her own like containers, and they were drinking containers. They were about this high, and they had two different caps, okay? So you had the top cap, which you unscrew just like normal, and then you just drink straight from that cap. Then underneath that, there'd be another cap that you'd unscrew, and when you unscrewed that cap, there would be a filter right above it. So you'd have the filter in the top cap covering out, and then the herbs would be in this center cap here. So picture this section here of my water bottle to be the herb cap. So all the herbs would be in this area, and then the tea would be drooped down here. So you'd have the basic tea, and then it would filter into the herbs and whatnot, and then there would be the filter on top, and then you'd be drinking just the straight tea with the herb leaves and all that, the flavoring in here. So by the time it reached here, it'd be a nice herbal tea taste. It was very good when you were sick. And however, me being all groggy and disoriented from being super sick that day, I unscrewed, instead of the drinking cap, I unscrewed the herb cap. So instead of drinking through the filter, I drank the straight herbs. And it was the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted. Not only because you were sick, you know how flavors are a little bit different when you're sick, but the sensation of it, and just, it was just a bad taste. I haven't drank tea since, honestly. It's been tealess for me. So anyway, moving on. I just figured I'd share that little story with you guys. So we have a couple of, actually there's more in here than I thought, but not really. It's actually pretty low key. All right, but I'm gonna grab this one. because it was right on top here, and we love the sour. So we have juicy sour twists, watermelon, manic melon. These things are like giant, like they're like Twizzlers from the looks of things. And see, the good thing about this is I'm actually caught up on my MunchPaks now, so all the stuff inside it is I'm ahead of the best before date, so you don't have to worry about that. Perham, Minnesota. Okay, so this is American. Whenever you have little faces like that, you know it's American. I guess that doesn't make sense. Alright. Very gelatin smell. Let's try one. Test the sour scale. Because you know we love our sour stuff. Mmm. Not very sour. To some, okay. Look, hold on. I'll have a third one. Some people's senses are a little different than others. Mine, Tara's, we have very strong senses. Sorry, what's the word? Come on, lean. Very durable senses. So when we eat spice, when we eat sour, bitter, we can handle it very well. And we enjoy it. But there are some people who this would murder. And this is like next to nothing for me. I mean, it tastes good. It tastes like a watermelon. It's really nice. It's just not very sour. Like, you can feel, it feels like, you know when you first pop a really sour candy in your mouth? And that initial ting, you're like, oh, there it comes. That's all it does. Is the there it comes kind of a, you know, flavor. It doesn't really do it for me. So, those taste good, but they're not really sour. So far, not bad overall. This, I'm going to get out of the way just for the sake of it. This is just a whole big like leather strip. It's a strip of taffy, and they had it bent like this. So this is also but it's handmade in the U.S. So this could be legit. Whoa! Oh my God! Look at this. It's green and purple. That's real taffy. Now, again, taffy is one of those things that you either like it or you don't. You can tell that's real taffy. It's quite good. But taffy's not something I can eat a whole thing of. You know what I mean? Like one of those. I don't think I can deal. That's a lot of taffy. And because it's the kind of substance, and I mentioned this in past MunchPaks, it's the kind of substance that kind of sticks to your gums, you know, your gums and then your teeth, and it just feels like you need to brush your teeth after. That's why I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. Because I try to, you know, I don't like it, that kind of chocolate that feels like, as you're eating it, it's staining your teeth. After I eat chocolate like that, I have to brush my teeth like right after. It's just a weird sensation for me. Alright, we're getting down to it now. This here is Lubisi Moose Jabtuskawi. I probably said that completely incorrectly, but it feels like it might be another one of those, just from light squeezes. It feels like it's going to be a bread of some sort. I don't know where it's from, but I can tell you it's Eastern European. I'm not seeing a country anywhere. Unless it's underneath that logo that they printed on. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, so it's they're cookie biscuits with an apple filling. Alright, I can't say where they're from, but like I said, they look Eastern European. Look at that, they put the tape over the opening of the wrapper, so I have to like kind of, there you go, get a little ethnic on it. Now, how many biscuits are there? Okay, oh, it's a bear! Oh no, don't stick to the thing. It's in the shape of a bear. True story. Alright, Mr. Bear, I'm sorry. tastes fake. Every single one of these like little biscuit things, I always have the same answer. The filling tastes okay, but this is something, and I checked the expiry, expires in September this year. How can a piece of like baked good, how can a baked good that last that long? They inject it with so many chemicals, it's just murder. So the filling isn't bad, but I don't want to eat the rest of it. We've had a couple of things that taste like that. We've had them in the past. Alright, let's move on to the next item. And I think we've actually had these ones before, but no, actually no, we don't. Alright, so the brand is Mizco and Ledo Icy. They literally look like ice drop chews. If they're chews, they could be a hard candy. Yeah, they're a hard candy. Trying to find the location where it's from. Again, they just slap an English nutrition facts over the whole box, over the whole bag, so you can't even tell where it's from. Let alone open the damn package. Like, look at this garbage. Like, what the hell, man? I mean, I got scissors, but they're like, ha! You can't get to it, so I'll have to cut it. There we go. All right, so these are indeed a hard candy. Just give me a minute here to work this. So yeah, pretty standard hard candy. Whoa. Flavor's like immediate. Oh my, that is different. Ow. Oh. I don't recommend you bite into these ones. Wow. It tastes like Halls, dude. But not giving me the lovely sensation. That is not too pleasant if you do what I just did. It's the kind of thing that's meant to be dissolved. Honestly, it's got the effects and kind of feelings of a Halls with a worse taste. But Halls lets you breathe in, and it actually like clears your nasal passage a little bit when you're sick. That one's just no good. It has the effects of Halls, minus the effects of Halls. It tastes like Halls, but a little bit worse. And it doesn't give you that nice cleansing feeling in your nasal cavity. That's just I'll just buy a Halls. Like, I don't know about that one, bro. Alright, we're coming down to the last three items. Next up, we have the brand Dobrogia with Eugenia Jr. They look like it looks like a little biscuit. Located out of Romania. We have ourselves a Romanian biscuit candy. No, I don't really consider a cookie a candy. You know, it's a baked good. But there's a couple here. Alright, so I'm going to save one biscuit for Tara, as I usually do. Alright, so looks just like a traditional biscuit with the vanilla filling in it. Hold on. Let me cleanse the palate a little bit. I worry those candies might have screwed up the taste of everything now. Bear with me, y'all. If you've ever had one of these vanilla biscuit cracker things, you pretty much know what this tastes like. It's slightly different. Like, the vanilla tastes a little different than what I'm used to. But it's pretty much like 95% the same. Most people probably wouldn't notice. And I feel like the candy is kind of altering the taste of this a little bit. Those ice ones. Because you know how that works. Because that taste was very, you know, eucalyptus-y or whatever you call it. Caused the problem there. But, I mean, it tastes good. But I've just had it many times in the past. Alright, coming down to the last few items. And it looks like we got some chocolate wafers. Again, brand Goplana Gretzky. Alright, let's see where this guy's out of. Poland. It's a Polish biscuit cracker wafer. Actually, I think a wafer is the best way to describe it. Just a minute. You know what I've noticed in the last few Munch Packs? There haven't been too many terrible tasting candies that really get a reaction out of you, you know? So, I'm just gonna... Nice. Nice. I said this a million times, I'll say it again. I love the cocoa flavor. You know, that cocoa, like legit cocoa flavor. That's what this tastes like. I mean, it's not as chocolatey as some of the other ones. It's got a drier chocolate to it. But this is still really solid. These chocolate wafers, man, they're bae. Good stuff. Thumbs up. But like I said, man, there are many different cities and countries and what have you. I should have said countries, not cities. That have a similar or competing brand of food or snack. So it's like I've noticed that how many are similar in in these from around the world. So like you think that there's like there's a stereotypical style, but they have the same kind of stuff we do. Obviously, it's just different branding. So makes you think. All right, this is the final item on the list. It's a Nestle item, but it's not in English. Nestle Princessa. Longer, so it must be longer than most. I'll give you a little look at that. Boom. Alright, well, where is this packaged from? Oh dear. Oh, I saw 4/13/14. I'm like, what the hell? You're telling me this thing was expired before it even got to me, you ass? But no, it's September 2016. So far I've noticed everything is 2016 September. Okay? But I'm looking, it's a water layered with cocoa cream covered in milk chocolate. That sounds boss to me, guys. I don't know about you, but there's like it's another wafer-based food, but I think it's a little more chocolatey. Just judging from, how they have it on this picture, but it could be false advertising. But anyway, I'm just trying to see whereabouts this bastard is from. You could follow them on, it's Princessa Polska, so it's Poland again. So it's very similar to that, I'm assuming. Dude, it looks almost identical. Like, seriously, it looks almost identical to the last one, except this one's a little more... I don't know, it could be different. Let's get a bite. Oh my god. It's a giant Kit Kat. That's exactly what it is. Oh my god, it's so good. Guys. It's literally a less concentrated, wider and longer version of a Kit Kat. Like, look at the interior. It's better than that one. Well, it makes sense because Kit Kat is Nestle, right? Right? I think. That explains why this is a big ass Kit Kat. Princessa. Nestle Princessa. Look at my big pile of Mount snack more. Alright, so, like I said, a very small box today. But that's fine. Nice little whet the appetite for a meal later. It's very good. Nothing really though in this box to write home about. I've had a lot of, there's nothing really that pops off the page, so to speak, that I've been like, whoa, that was unique, that was different. I've had all these in some form or another in past Munch Packs and in just regular life over the years. However, I'd say if I could choose, the most unique flavor in the whole thing was probably these Indian corn chip things. Those are very unique. Oh no, sorry, I forgot about these. The first thing, the vanilla cheesy puffs. Those are pretty good too. So these two are the most unique. I don't know which one. I think I like the Finessa or whatever the best, but I guess I'm a little biased because I like Kit Kats. But these are what do you call it? The vanilla yogurt kind of dip taste ones. Those are really solid. Those are different. They're very light. They're very fluffy. They're just a nice like all around experience. So I'd probably say this and the Princessa are probably my favorites in this Munch Pack. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this one. A little bit shorter than the last one. The last one was really long. There was so much stuff and it was crazy. But anyway, if you guys are interested in getting your own MunchPak subscription, there is a link in the description below, so go ahead and check that out. They have various sizes, judging on, depending on how many people are in your household. You can pick which one's best for you, obviously. You'll get stuff like this every month. It's completely random. I've had a few duplicates, obviously. There are some things that they always throw in, but then there's always a few items that are just so different, and you're just like, oh, this is awesome. This is crazy. And it's a great way if you like to snack and you want to try something different. MunchPak is probably one of the best things you could get, honestly. If you're adventurous, you want to try different things, honestly, I recommend you go with the MunchPak. Only if you're interested, though. Otherwise, you can just keep watching mine and chill and wait for my crazy reactions or whatever the case would be. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't yet, be sure to like and follow my pages for social media. Those will be down below in the description, and we'll play at the end card of this video. Also, if you're interested in getting a shirt or hoodie, there's a link to my Spreadshirt shop also in the description below. All roads lead to the description, as we know. Thank you guys so much again. We'll see you in the next video, but until then, let's hand things over to Knox Hill. See you guys later.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble, wild and wild on these violent DanQ8000. Wait a minute, hold that style, it's dialed in. Goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding, tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving, fire back if they ain't vibing. Lie with that, got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us, they gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators, night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters, move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers, just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is Knox Hill, you damn fools? Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that DanQ. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.